Whether you are a newbie artist or someone going to do henna for the very first time, bride to be, or someone just curious about the henna art, then you are in the right place. Today's video covers all the basic things you have to know before going to do henna. My name is Murshida. I have been doing henna professionally for the last 5 years. Now trying my best to help other passionate people to start and grow their own henna business. This is the first video of our henna lancer workshop, which is an online workshop to learn henna art with a zero cost. So if you're interested to join our free workshop to leverage your henna art, please try to join to our WhatsApp community. I will add the link in the description below. So, henna is a natural dye derived from the leaves of the henna plant. Henna plant usually grows in the very hot regions like Rajasthan of India, Morocco, Egypt. So, its scientific name is Lawsonia inemis. We collect the dried henna leaves and ground into very fine powder and mix it with essential oil, sugar, and water to make the henna paste for the body art quality paste. The word henna is origin from the Arabic word henna, which is called the henna plant in Arabic language. In India, it's called mehendi. Mehendi, some people are called. In Malayalam or in my mother tongue, it's called Mailanji. And I'm just curious what it's called in your region. So please do a comment what it's called in your places. And I already mentioned that the henna plant is grow in the very hot climates like so. It's very common in the North Africa, Middle East, and South Asia. And the one we are most commonly using is the Rajasthan henna powder because the Rajasthan is the very hot place. So it has it, the Rajasthan henna powder has very good dark color, so which is one of the best henna powder in the world, and it is known as it's originally from the Egypt and brought to many other places by the merchants in the very old days. So there are many factors depending on the quality of the henna powder. So when we are buying the henna powder, we have to check many things. So the most important thing is the Lawson content, which is the staining capacity or how much Lawson molecule, the dyeing molecule, it contains in the henna powder. So it usually like 1 to 3 percentage. So when we are buying the henna powder, we have to check with the suppliers how much the Lawson content of the henna powder. So if it's three, it's really good. There's some henna powder which the suppliers claiming that it's like 3.4. So it will be very amazing. So the darker the dyeing content, that it will be more good. And definitely the quality depends many factors like the location, the weather, and how it processed, and the also the stringiness of the henna powder is also important. And there are two types, one is like smooth and one is most stringy. So the stringy is really good for the very fine designs, and the other paste is really good for the bold design. So it depends on which kind of design are you like to do. So you have to choose the stringy or the smooth, the creamy powder, so depending on your designing. And the another one you have to check is the how fine the powder is. So in the market there are many times available. One is the 3 times, the 5 times, and now there are 7 times. They're claiming it as the 7 times. I'm not sure. So the one we are using is either 3 times or the 5 times sifted powder, which is really enough for the body art quality. And the shelf life of the you have to check the shelf life of the henna powder when buying the powder. It's not more than the 2 years. Before the 2 years is the good. Otherwise, it's maybe the staining content may be lost. So make sure the henna powder is really fresh crop. What makes henna beautiful than the permanent tattoo is it's temporary because you can do different designs each time. And I'm going to explain how the henna works on the skin. So once you apply the paste on our skin, the dyeing molecule, the Lawson molecule, started to move to the top layer of the dead skin, which is called the stratum corneum. And the dye molecule, the Lawson, is started to bind have the ability to bind with the proteins and keratins of our skin, and the henna also stain on the hair, nails, and leather, and sometimes the silk wools, etc. So it has the ability to bind with the proteins and the keratins. And once you remove the paste, you get the orange reddish stain, and it started to oxidize and get very darker stain in the next 48 hours. Like when we put a piece of apple outside, it started to darken because it's getting oxidized. So the same process is happening on the henna. And you people usually have the doubt how long the henna lasts. So it usually 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 or 3 weeks, and it depends on the which part of your body you are applied. The thicker the skin will be, the darker the stain. The thinner the skin, the less will be the stain. So you may notice that the henna stain on your inner palm and the outside of your hand is always different. So the palm have the very thick skin, so it get very darker stain, and our palm usually get little less stain. And same our on the stomach or the shoulder, we get very much less stain comparing to the palm. And once our skin started to exfoliate, the henna also fade with that. So that how the henna works on the skin. So if you are exfoliating much faster, then your henna fades very faster. And people usually have the doubt about the colors available in henna. Unfortunately, henna is in only one color, like reddish brown color or the burgundy color, and there's it's like a little shade difference with depending on the which region the henna grown, but it's only the reddish brown color. And the henna paste will be a greenish brown color. So once you apply the paste and once it dried, you can see a very dark green or black color of the dried henna paste will be very dark green or black. And once you remove the dried henna paste, you can see either orange if you kept like 1 hour only, or and you can see very reddish orange if you kept like overnight. And eventually it turns to uh, a burgundy brownish red color in the within the 2 days. Like that's why we are always recommend the people to do henna 2 days prior the main event, especially for the brides. And the intensity of the henna color also depending on the people to people and their skin type and the weather of their location, and the application technique is very thin or the thick. And people usually have a doubt that is there a black henna. Actually no, there is no black henna. It may be either the jaguar, which is a natural paste like henna, but that is not henna, that is called jaguar. Otherwise it may be the henna mixed with hair dyes like ppd or the paraben, which is really harmful to skin. It causes many reaction, very bad reaction to the skin. So stay away from the black henna. Make sure it's if it's jaguar, it is good to go. Otherwise just keep you away from the black henna. One of the most common question when come to the applying henna is it painful like tattooing? Actually no, because the tool we are using is not painful, and we are only applying over the top of the skin, not into the skin. So there are different tools to apply henna. The most common one is the henna cone, which is made from the cellophane sheet. Another one is like a plastic bottle with a needle, or with the needle size differs. So it's with a needle, but which is not very sharp. And the some region, the people like in the Egypt or the Moroccan using the syringe and the needle, which is also not painful. So there are different tools we are using, and in the old days people are using the toothpick or the very small stick to apply henna, so it's not painful. Which is we only apply the henna paste over the top of the skin. And make sure your skin is clear from the dirt, oil, or any lotion. So wash your hands very clear with the soap and water and dry, then you're good to do henna. And patience is really important because henna application takes from the 10 minutes to hours, like 8 hours. Sometimes the bridals take 5 to 8 hours, so depending on the how big or how intricate the design. So be patient and ready to sit for the long time. And ask your heart artist how long it usually takes. And after the henna application, the patience is again very important because the aftercare is, it's as it's a natural thing. Aftercare is very important, so you may have to keep it overnight if you're a bride, and sometimes if you are going for a party. So ask your artist what are the aftercare and try to follow them. There's a myth that henna causes very bad reaction on the skin. Actually, it's true if it's the store bought henna or you got from the which have good shelf life. So usually the organic henna doesn't is perishable. It doesn't have good shelf life. It only kept in the freezer. So if it's not the organic henna, you bought it from the store, it usually causes allergic because it contains very bad hair dyes like PPD, which contains the parabens, which is not good for the skin. So it causes allergic and make very bad reaction on the skin. So ask your artist, is it really good or it's organic henna, it's handmade henna? So these are the questions you have to ask your artist. And if you're allergic to, some people are even allergic to the like strawberries, lemon. So it is really good to ask your artist and just let them know and do a patch test. So it's really good before doing the whole hand. And another thing, the people with the G6PD deficient, they're usually allergic to henna. Even to the organic henna, they may be allergic. So, if your physician recommended you to keep away from the fava beans, aspirin, or mothballs, and you get allergic from those things, henna may be your good friend. So, stay away from the henna too, or you can do a patch test and proceed with that. I hope this video is helpful. We already covered some basic things about henna and how it works. In the upcoming video, in the next video, we will share how to hold the henna cones, and in the upcoming videos we'll share more about the practical how to do different elements in the henna, and the tips, tricks, and the more aspects how to do the henna business, how to market, so etc. We will share in the upcoming videos. And if you are interested to join our WhatsApp community, so I will l- leave the link in the description. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.